venturing into the unknown after acquiring a mission from an old ally. I don't know if you consider them a friend or a mentor. Definitely a weird undead skeleton person. That's definitely for sure.
No question about it.
Well, you're right about that.
The High Arcanum has finally figured out something having to do with an ancient civilization in a far off city. Not that far off, but it's still a ways travel there. The generalized MacGuffin lies in wait while you explore, as the team that first encountered it has not responded back in over 2 weeks. Which is a problem, because if things go dark, things got screwed up somewhere around that line. So, a team was sent out to investigate what exactly has happened and to see if you can't investigate the site itself. You were given a little bit of money and then immediately spent it at the first place you went to, which was the magic shop. One of you acquired a cursed sword. A few of you got some potions after asking other people for a little bit more spending money. And some of you accidentally, super hard, rejected the attendant there.
Hoping you wouldn't bring that one up.
Who knows? Maybe you have a nemesis now. Anyways,
Maybe.
it wasn't that long ago since you left the city site, but you are at a mountain cliff where a giant blade basically sundered the mountainscape. You look at it and remember, well, some of you remember, I don't know who has proficiency in history, but those that do remember of an ancient lore passed down from generation to generation about
Hey,
the
I remember
primordials and the entities that came before, the gods and the primordials fighting, clashing, ultimately splitting apart, and, well, some of the weaponry still lies in wait to be found. This blade, not magical, so if anyone tried to acquire it, they'd have a very hard problem with bringing it with them. So to this day, it has remained there isolated and rustic. And rusting.
Amazing.
To your
There's
left,
not like rune on it or anything. It's just big.
it's big. There are some runes on it, maybe magical, but has long since lost the magical fervor. The only thing that's out of place currently is this one wagon to your right.
That doesn't look like it should be here, now does it?
Does it look like it was attacked?
It looked like it's completely empty. Everything else around it seems to have broken apart. The place where the horses would be completely shot. Anything that it likely carried is now gone. And the likely driver is nowhere to be seen as of yet.
Oh,
Just want to scan the area, make sure no one else is around.
All right, roll perception.
21.
Okay. Investigating the site, you can tell that there's something in the far off distance. It's not too far off. It's just a good... Getting my ruler tool. 90 feet away. It seems to be a shadowy person. Not shadowy, but as if they are knocked out and in the shadow, so you can't really get a distinctive look at them. You can tell that they're unconscious, so they're not an immediate threat. But, you know, being unconscious also relates to that.
Yeah. Looks like there's a person either sleeping or maybe dead over yonder. Do we want to go check that out, guys?
You can also tell that their pouch is, like, emptied out next to them.
Have a care, Colt. Maybe you could check it out for us. Core casts guidance on you so that you can have an easier time in whatever it is you want to accomplish.
might as well see.
Yeah, I'll head over that way.
Okay.
While you do that, I would like to take a look at the big rusty sword. Does it look secure in the mountain? And are there any markings on it?
There are some markings, and unless you're a 50-foot tall giant, it's heavily secured.
I like how you described that.
And the markings, am I able to get a good visual of them? And
Uh,
I'm sorry, I kind of forget your general description that you gave when we first encountered it.
It's fine. Yeah, you can get a general description. You can tell that this, the symbolism, the archonic structure, seems to correlate with the history that you know of when the giants were created and forged from the primordials, by the primordials and gods to fight on their behalf. This blade was likely due to that faction war and just discarded and left in place. Anyone anyone that tried to remove it found out that it's non-magical, and it was likely imbued with magic whenever used. But since it's not magical, the wielder would not be able to carry it, or the size would not change. Unless you use magic on it, I suppose.
Do I know what language the runes or markings are?
Yes, this blade specifically is written in Primordial.
Primordial. Well, I would like to take some time, maybe while you guys go check out that person. Did somebody say they had writing supplies? Maybe I could copy that down, and we could try and, just for my own understanding later, understand.
I want to go examine it as well, because I use giant rune magic, and I'm descended from a primordial and know both languages.
Well, maybe we could work together to make a copy of these runes, and we can reflect on their meaning when we have time or better knowledge.
And is the terrain as shown on the map just a big old gap, or is there a way across?
You can go around it, basically like come and crawl around this area down to the south, where the embankment is a little higher. Unless you're fighting something, you really shouldn't have a problem climbing up this steep and then climbing back down. You can also just climb onto the blade and make the 5-foot jump to the other side.
That sounds cool. I'm doing that.
It's only a 5-foot jump. Yeah.
Unless you have a negative to your dexterity, you can easily just do that.
Oh, I'm pretty dexterous.
Yeah.
Can I read the primordial?
Do you have the language?
Yeah, I have it.
Yes. Then you can.
I'm a genasi.
That's true. Okay. Examining the structure of the blade, the way it's written into it, you can tell that this blade is non-magical. However, it does have magical writing imbued upon it by the primordial structure of the language. You are able to infuse and imbue magic upon it if you have the blood of a giant.
No, I don't.
I don't know, maybe find a giant, steal its blood, or make a friend. Regardless of that, after imbuing it with the blood of a giant, either by wielding it or submerging it in blood, you are able to imbue certain magical spells. You are able to imbue the Large and Reduce, Fireball, Thunderbolt, and for some reason, Mage Hand.
For fun.
What is it, a giant-sized mage hand? Okay.
So you see me there, and I'm scribbling on borrowed paper. Will you kind of give me a clue here, or are you gonna let me?
All right. So it does this and this, and if you have the blood of a giant, then you can learn Mage Hand, and Thunderbolt, and enlarge and reduce Fireball. Yes.
Well, I've always been quite happy with my size. don't think we have what we need to wield that sword.
Not
Large
currently.
piece would be cool. That would be cool.
Must have any use somebody'd have taken it by now. It's right outside the city. Fortunate.
I'm not sure. Giants aren't very
Indeed.
common. They're-
That is true. However, you're. Go ahead.
I was thinking we'd probably have to find a Goliath or something. I don't know.
While your city doesn't contain that many giants, in fact, the area that you're currently at, like maybe there's one or two. Your city is kind of on top of a mountain steep, so even if there was, it'd be hard to get there.
I imagine.
So is the magic you learn like you learn it, or you can cast it while holding onto this big sword?
You can tap into it. Basically, if you're not able to learn it, you can tap into that spell pool of knowledge.
How would that work for a fighter?
Well, for a fighter, randomly you would choose one of the spells by rolling 1d4. So, like, if you really don't want Mage Hand, just, I don't know, get the lucky feature. But you would be able to roll the spell once
Get a
per day.
mage hand in combat and be like, ah, shit.
What do I do with this?
Yeah. But you
I'd
would
pull his hat over his head.
be able
That's
to
kinda
use the
fun,
spell once per day.
That's
Understandable.
crazy.
And the spell that casts is 1d4, so it's a random spell.
Yes.
Nah,
Kill a
like-
giant.
If you aren't able to use it, the property of the magic will tap into your being.
Cool.
But there's only so much you can do. But yeah, still unconscious.
Alright. I'll make my way up a little bit behind a well. And I want to have my gun at my side, out of the holster, just ready. In case.
You move towards the individual that is currently unconscious. Weapons at the ready to see if they decide to turn to the left or right while maybe sleeping. Do you get any closer, or do you first observe the bag and its contents as it is next to them? Closer to Orwell than anyone else, really, to see what they're holding.
I yell, "Wake up!"
Nothing happens. The contents on the ground currently are a notebook, a journal, they're not the same thing, a pen, paper, quill, a charcoal piece, what appears to be a set of artisan tools, and another brown pouch next to the backpack that they once carried. Not backpack, bag that they once carried.
Is the person breathing?
Do you examine them?
Yeah.
Can I make a medicine check?
Sure.
Unless you really wanted to. Was that Christian?
No.
Oh, sorry. I have a care for their health. As the cleric.
So, as the cleric, you're examining their body, and you can tell for sure they're dead. How can you tell? By the wound embedded into their chest about 3 inches deep.
Ah.
Something stabbed them through the heart. So, yeah, for sure dead. You needed a 10. If that. Examining them, however, you can tell that it was relatively recent. The medicine check can determine that it's not a bladed weapon, but more blunt force trauma, so something natural that is able to pierce into someone's flesh.
Ah.
Interesting.
We might not be alone here.
I'm gonna keep my eye out on the perimeter, a little bit ahead. Make sure nothing's out there. Make sure
Currently,
nothing moves.
what lies in wait in front of you is a long expanse of forest and foliage, some waterway systems, some trees. What's your past perception?
14.
Some of the trees do seem to be moving through the wind as if it's rocking it back and forth. You also see some shadows right at the very bottom of some of their roots. Some of the roots that show, at the very least.
Next question. Is there any wind blowing?
Some, but not enough to probably rock the trees.
I got a bad feeling about the trees, man.
I'll start taking some steps back, looking towards the trees after he says it.
I'm gonna check the journal really quickly.
Yeah, I'm gonna step back with it, drill.
Examining the journal, you can tell and determine that this person was a traveling merchant. While not part of your crew or anyone that you've known or met, they were a nice enough person, roughly around their early 20s, maybe late 30s. Wait, that's terrible description. Late 20s, early 30s. Because that would make more sense. Examining them, you can tell that they're a tiefling, human, and something else, perhaps. Male, blue skin, a type of filigree around what appears to be their chin, which is weird, but not at the moment apparent. Described in the journal itself, you can determine that they have been traveling for a while. They were actually looking forward to coming into the town that you were just in. However, they did come across something weird not too long ago, about a week and a half ago. Let me get into my notes. From what
As they're reading that journal, I'll just lean over to Idril and whisper so only he hears. Have you heard the tale of Mollymock? And go back to watching the trees.
Oh my god.
Alright, from what they discovered about 2 days from here, there was this strange circle in the forest. Over the night, they were able to see some strange lights dancing in the forest. What they were, they really couldn't tell and didn't want to get too close to it. But they determined it might be some type of ritual site. And if they managed to sell enough stuff in town, they would go back to see it.
Directions? Is it on the way in our direction?
It is on the way, but it would be like to the left rather than a continuous path.
Be a little
It wouldn't
low.
take you like completely out of where you're going, but it will take you like an hour around. Basically, if your path is a straight line, it would like bring you down here.
Okay. Well, I point the passage out to Orwell. Check for any religious symbols around the body.
They do have a religious symbol. It is the sun god Pelor.
Are there any
any-
tracks?
There are.
Wow.
You can see that this person ran from something else or someone else, perhaps. You can tell that the tracks are not really normal. While you can tell that their own tracks are moving away from the cart, as you've now determined, you can also tell that there are some other marks indicating of movement, but they seem to be more drag marks than anything else. As
I
is,
want to just hold a shot for anything that might come out to attack my friends up by the body.
fair.
Is it being dragged in the direction he was running from?
Running towards.
Oh,
Basically, if they were running to the north, the drag marks were going to the north.
do you guys want to see what killed them or no?
I have a feeling if we stick around, we might find out.
Be a problem. But whoever killed a lot of people and lives in the woods might have collected quite a bit of corn.
Even about corn to me. I kill other people. I think we should check it out. It's only an hour, so.
Do we have time to bury the body?
that would be up to you.
We can make time.
Yeah.
Like a sky burial off the side of the cliff, or
No.
you want me to dig?
Perhaps we can collect some stones.
Ah,
A monument facing east.
Where's the sun?
I look at my puny arms and go, yeah, collect some stones.
I move my chiseled body over to the largest rock I can see and flip my onyx updated hair back and caress my now smooth chin. My orange eyes flash and I try to pick up the rock.
The rug.
Rock.
Oh,
He's finding a boulder,
I,
basically.
yeah, I heard that. For some reason, I heard rug. I'm going, okay.
I pick up the rug and sweep the body under it.
Make a cairn instead of just a big rock.
Okay. You find a big rock, but luckily enough, it was a boulder, so you're able to drive it to the other side.
Yes, I want to roll the boulder onto the body.
Uh,
That
It's not quite what I had in mind, sir.
that is not no.
What?
I will
No,
show you.
not like
Here.
that. We're not crushing the body, my friend.
We're going to entomb it. And that will make a very nice headstone. But don't put it on. There.
Put a rock over the thing of the token. I love it.
Alright.
Alright. So yeah, we'll start gathering a bunch of small stones.
mm-hmm. After a while, you are able to determine how, an actual burial is done.
I was leaving it up to the cleric.
Fair. Burying the body without too much of an issue. It does take around 45 to an hour, mainly because you do have to dig a little bit and then encompass the body with rocks. But the ritual burial is concluded. Nothing happens, no one immediately attacks you from the sky, the ground, or to the left or right.
I've just done so many bad things in my life. It's good to do something good for a change. I promise I won't make you bury every victim.
On that note, let's go killing.
I like the way you think, big friend.
And I try to follow the tracks left by the drag.
All right.
Oh. Okay, there was nothing in that glass. It's fine to fall.
Another one bites the dust.
Another one down. Another one down. Oh.
Entering into a more segmented forest, around here is when you lose the tracks. So if they're not here, then who knows where they'll be. You do see that the forest itself is all-encompassing for a while, so they can easily hide. The pools around you to the north and south are there. Maybe a good source of fresh water, or maybe a good place to hide. It depends on how long you can hold your breath. After coming here for quite some time, going in this direction, those of you that were keeping an eye on the trees, you can tell that the movement in the wind stopped.
Did the tree stop with it?
Yes. Sorry, I thought I was describing that.
Okay. You just said movement of wind stopped. I was like, oh, the tree's still
The trees
swaying.
are still swaying.
It's in the tree!
They are the trees.
Oh no. Okay.
Just as we travel, I'm gonna keep a constant eye out. Just 360 of the group as we go. Checking behind me every now and then.
So you're spinning in circles?
No, just over the shoulder, looking every now and then.
That's fair.
Check blind spots.
So
Alright,
the dragon
roll me
stops here,
passive
but
then.
there's
You said roll
Passive.
perception?
Oh wait,
Oh,
sorry,
passive is
not
perception.
passive. It wouldn't be passive because you're actively looking. Well,
Ooh.
there are trees all around you. You see the waterway. You do see the drag marks 5 feet behind you. You just lost them around here. The wind stopped. The trees stopped moving. Not all at once, though. The trees stopped a little bit before the wind stopped.
Should we fan out and look or stick together?
Are there any tales of this forest, or no? Any myths, any local legends?
The only local legends of this current forest area that you're at are about the whistling wind. Strange spirit entities that come around, steal those lost travelers that lose their way or decide to lose their way. Often than not, the bodies are never found again. So, don't get lost.
Are there any remains
Like, of dead bodies.
of like where the dragging stopped? Is there like no clue?
5 feet behind core.
And there's no trace whatsoever after that?
No
just
trace after
disappear?
that. They just disappeared. It's like they dragged
I don't-
into the dirt, and then there's a small amount of dirt there, and then gone. Core is actually now on top of it.
Hey, maybe
Yeah.
we could check the journal. There might be some better directions there. I only took a quick look. Is that where we're going, or?
Well, we were trying to investigate.
Where were we heading
what killed
again?
that man.
We were looking for his killer.
I mean, but like, originally, what's our main mission again? Where are we going for that?
Your main mission is
Correct,
go into
yeah.
a separate town all together. There
What
are a
was
few
the name
stops
of
along
it?
the way.
I just want the name of our final destination.
Oh, okay.
If we were
Uh,
given that.
no, you were giving the general location, but the city that that location belongs to is known as Hellspring.
Okay. I just needed a refresher on that. That was all.
That's fine.
I have criminal contacts in the location, so if we get lost, I know how to send a message and stuff. So I'm not too worried about finding Hellspawn, because I figure we just, we know it's south or east or west. We're just gonna head that way.
Yeah. The 3 cities that are along the way are Celeste, Highland, and Revert.
In that order?
Revert. Yes.
Okay. Perfect.
Celeste, City of Angels. Highland, the City of Elves. Revert, kind of a mix of people. Hellspring, kind of the people that are considered the unwanted. Those that are tainted by devils or just different.
Okay.
Were we traveling from this direction around here?
Yes.
Yes.
Then I want to go look around the water. Nothing here either, right?
Looking around the water, you can tell that it is a fresh spring area. So there is a water source somewhere else. This is just where it's pooled in.
I'm gonna drink some of it.
You drink some of it. It is very cold. It should not be cold normally.
Strange. It's cold.
I'm gonna fill up my water skin while we're here.
Orwell is smart. Knows that when water is cold, there's ice in it. But why would there be ice in the water?
Do you want to
look
examine
around more.
the little lake?
Yes.
All right. Roll investigation.
Can I assist him with this in any way?
Yeah. Assisting would give him advantage.
Oh, nice.
Like the dirt at the very bottom of the lake kind of looks weird. It's very clear, even though it's not really depicted on the map as clear. But you can see the bottom of the lake, and the sediment does look strange, but that's all you're getting.
Is it just a lake, or is there like a water flow leading into this? From any
Currently, all you
direction?
see is the lake. So if there's a water flow
Okay.
pouring in, it's currently not visible. You just see a massive expanse of a lake, roughly 20 by 40. You're just at the corner of it.
Okay.
If anyone else wants to roll investigation, they can. It'll be a little harder, but not that much harder.
I'll take a shot at it.
Wait, I'll cast you guidance.
Add a
I'll just
D4.
Oh god.
Oh, college kids.
Oh god!
So I see you guys like thrashing around in the bushes.
Come on, you were my
Uh,
tutor.
You notice the strange sedimental coloration at the bottom of the waterbed. You see a fish. Oh, wait, sorry. You also see a fish.
What do I see? I don't know. It's dark.
What are you guys
The
doing
fish
over
looks
here?
weird, though. Maybe it doesn't belong in this type of geological area?
How big is the fish?
About 1.5 feet by 3 inches. Kind of like a tuna, but not a tuna.
I'm gonna refill my water skin with the water from this spring because this water's colder.
Doesn't mean it's going to stay that way, my friend.
What? But it's colder here for no reason.
It doesn't mean it'll stay cold once it leaves this area.
We'll see.
Alrighty.
Find out if I drink it all first.
Are we fishing? Are we taking a break?
It just looks like you guys got distracted.
Oh,
If you need
100%
one.
we did.
You know,
I mean,
this is a nice spot, but we lost that trail. Those people could be anywhere.
So it just ended on a little mound of dirt, that was it?
Yeah. Although no one investigated, no one tried to see if they could
yeah.
poke or dig.
I was going to, then I saw this lake.
Yeah, that's fair.
I guess I'll go
And then
back,
Orwell wandered off, and I decided he shouldn't go alone. I'll go back with
and
Zero.
I'll start digging around.
I guess
Okay.
I'll just wait. Tell me what you need me to do. I'll be over here. You guys get to enjoy the water. I want to.
I'd like to see if I can maybe pick up a trail.
All right. Roll
around.
investigation for me then.
I'll say good luck and cast guidance on you.
Investigation or survival for tracking.
Oh yeah. Survival then. You know that the trail ends at that mound of dirt.
I'll start digging around in that mound of dirt.
You roll your guidance, but even if you get a max 4, that's still a 10.
So weak.
Uh,
I thought guidance would be done by now because it only lasts a minute, and we spent all that time burying the body.
That's true. The only thing I can tell you, though, that it ended the trail ended abruptly. Much like when someone digs into dirt, the mount happens. But that's all you're getting.
There's
You
something
can
weird
have
about that pile of
guidance for
dirt.
days. It looks like you need a lot of help. Colt,
Wait, don't worry about it.
anything you need?
Um,
You
yeah.
can have guidance.
I'm just gonna start digging around in the pile of dirt.
You start digging in
See
the
if
pile
it's
of dirt,
maybe
and
a pile.
surprisingly enough, the dirt itself seems to be a lot more malleable than it should be. Digging in is actually extremely easy. As the shifting of the dirt within your hands, you're easily able to dig into it, even if you're
Like
not
digging
using.
in sand? Like
Kind
that kind
of.
of thing?
It's similar to
little
when you
denser.
dig a hole, fill it up, and then you dig a hole again in the same exact area.
Gotcha.
So like something burrowed into
Yeah,
it.
disturb dirt, disturb earth.
Yes.
I don't like this.
I don't like this either. I pull out my gun, point it at the dirt.
Do I see any other mounds like this anywhere around here?
Roll perception. You do. You see one in the marks I will now indicate with, I guess, cerulean blue or sky blue. I forget what color this is. But you see one here, you see one here, and you see one here.
Ah,
Where's the other one? Okay, it's farther.
Yes,
Zoom
it's a little
out.
further.
we're in the middle of a den.
A den.
I think so. Seems like it traverses this area a lot.
And it wasn't until we got a little bit within this radius of mounds that everything stopped moving, wasn't it? That's
True.
unsettling.
I'm gonna cast Pass Without a Trace using the Earth Genasi racial feature just to silence our footsteps.
Okay.
Mhm.
You can all roll hide and walk more slowly if you want.
Yeah,
Alright.
I'll roll stealth for this. Slash.
So 28.
Okay. Anyone else going into stealth, or everyone else just
Yeah.
walking in?
I'm just mainly rolling it for the plus 10.
Fair.
24.
Core's probably just still over by the lake chilling.
No, if Orwell,
Ah,
and if you got your gun, you guys weren't too far away.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not oblivious. I have a good PP.
you have a good PP?
Passive
Yeah.
perception.
12.
Oh. But you're a cleric. Okay.
So
My
it's
passive
really
perception
good.
is too low, so I can't see any of you
Mine's
now,
14.
so 13.
The cleric? No.
I want to creep around and look, see if any, like surround the den and see if there's anyone like up.
Okay. As you examine the area around you, you can determine that the wood around the tree that you're currently at seems to be colored differently. After examining it and making sure you super got into stealth, good job by the way, you bypass this thing that's basically molded into the tree.
Ah. Well, I
Is-
want to
is-
try and stab it.
It's
Oh.
a moving thing, yes?
It's currently not
Oh.
moving. It's as if it's hibernating, sleeping, whatever you want to call it.
Well, let's not go poking around at what we do not know. I found that to be very dangerous in my experiences.
I mean, if he stabs it, he stabs it. He was the first one to see it.
Yes, I want to silence it. Assassination.
Go ahead and roll your
You're
attack.
rude, mate.
Why don't you assess it first? do you know what you're stabbing?
Yeah, I'm stabbing a monster. Is it with advantage?
Yes.
Okay.
24 does it.
8.
As you slash into it, this thing immediately awakes, and then you just hear a "Grrrr!" However, you then also hear 3 more of those sounds that I'm not going to make.
Oh, really? You cut out on my end, so I didn't get to hear it.
Oh, it's just a stupid sound I made. It was like, kind of like a bird, but not a bird. And then you hear that creature and 2 others awake. Go ahead and roll turn order.
It's fine, guys. They only see me. But
Roll
part
for
of the
initiative.
surprise round, can I use my storm rune and activate it with the bonus action?
No.
Okay.
Should have done that first, buddy. I didn't notice you yet.
You thought it was gonna be
Oops.
easy.
How do I roll initiative?
Go to your character sheet where
Found
it's armor class, initiative, speed. You just hit that.
Oh god.
Ah. My range, wait, fuck, shit, damn it.
Right,
I
sorry about that.
love having a high initiative bonus.
Sorry, but that was getting rid of
Range
the blues.
320. Got it.
0. Perfect.
I don't have a 320 range at all times. You're crazy.
No, their initiative isn't 0. I'm manually putting it in.
Ah,
Understandable. 40, 50. I'm too close to this one.
They act on different initiatives.
3 creatures.
Spicy.
Yeah, that's true.
Hydro, what's your dex bonus?
Dex +3.
Oh, evens or odds?
Evens. 16.
You go after the creature.
Darn.
They have the
Alright.
exact. Alright. Well. That's an interesting way to start.
I'm not even surprised.
They only see me though, right?
No.
They see
they
all
found
of us,
everyone?
probably.
They were in a state of being one. Well, I'll explain it while I'm doing the whole fighting thing. So, examining the tree entity, you begin to just stab into it. Immediately, this thing cries out and shriek, awakening the 2 others that seem to be surrounding it. At this point in time, they were part of the foliage, part of the forest. But as you were simply wandering about and not causing any disturbance, they had no reason to consider you humanoids, animals, or the like, just simple wanderers traveling. However, your stealth also helped you in being considered non-threatening. That all changed when you stabbed the thing.
I like the music.
This is a perfect song for this.
Immediately, the one farthest to the south goes straight for core. However, that's all they can do for that turn. Ordro. Hydro.
Okay. So, it's a tree-looking thing, right?
Yes.
I would like to cast Scorching Ray.
All right. Not bad.
So that's the first blast. I'm sending it to the one that's closest to me, by the way. Let's go in for core. So, and
Neat.
then the second blast.
14 does hit as well.
Okay. And then the third blast. Oof.
All right. Add an additional 1d6.
Ah. Roll 1d6.
Not bad. The entity around core begins to cry and scream, much like how trees begin to break and become brittle and break. However, it's still alive, if barely, but it's also now pissed off.
Imaginably, I set it on fire.
Yeah. Anything else?
I would then like to bonus action go into my blade song and then I'll end my turn.
All right. Colt.
I'm gonna get 30 feet away because I'm not having any of it, and I'll fire off a shot at the same one.
All right.
Mirror character sheet.
That does hit.
19 and 7 piercing damage.
Looking at the strange entity that seems to be around your companions, you then take aim. With the purple box in hand, you then fire a few rounds in. Piercing one through its head, you can tell that half of its head is now gone. However, it still lunges straight towards core. With the second round, you pierce through what you would assume is the heart, and that place breaks off, and one part of a body now becomes two and hits the ground dead.
Okay. I only have the one attack for now, so that's my turn.
Eel's flavor. Yeah. So, unfortunately, one is close enough that they can take an action on their turn. So one goes for Idril.
Okay.
Yep.
Looking towards you, it then extends out its hands with a strange sensation of almost not limbs, but tree branches. The tree branches then break apart into 8 segments bind together in a swirling motion, and you can see almost a point.
Ooh.
And then it lunges straight at you.
Oh.
That probably hits.
Reaction shield AC is now 23.
Nice. With the shield in motion and in place, it digs straight towards you. A shield activates, and it prevents it from like an inch away from where your heart would be. However, the one that's next to Orwell then makes its move.
Yes.
And much to the chagrin of others, it does the exact same motion towards him as they did to you. Does 18 hit?
Yep.
Okay. With the same motion in hand, they go directly towards you and attack. This strange, almost piercing blow will do bludgeoning damage if that matters, but you take 9 points of damage.
Got it.
Piercing through you, you can tell that the extension of the branches within you now burn. It's a weird sensation. It should not burn. It's painful. But that weird tree branch thing means that there's something else at play as it brings out its own hand back out. You're up.
I'm going to use my bonus action to activate the Storm Rune, and then I will use my reaction with it to give myself advantage to strike him.
All right.
14,
14 barely hits.
9, 11.
Thankfully enough, you did manage to hit it beforehand. However, it's just barely on its last two legs. I don't know, maybe like kick them in between. See what happens. But it is close to death, just not quite there. Anything else?
Well, let's see. Nope, that's it.
All right.
Oh, wait. No, I have used everything. Never mind.
Movement.
Yeah, but I'll stay here.
That's fair. Core.
Well, it looks like Orwell got a pretty good hit in. So Core's going to just step away from that one there, thankful for the help, and loose a crossbow bolt at the enemy next to Idril.
All right.
And he says, "So why can't we just have fun?" And as it flies by, Core curses and summons not his spiritual weapon. Summons the courage to run forward just a little bit and curse again. Get him, Idril! And that's it.
All right. With a bow now, with an arrow now stuck into a tree, it was kind of hard to tell if that was the enemy or if that tree was. Thankfully enough, though, the enemy that now would have taken his turn is now on the ground. It is now your turn. Idril.
Alright. So now I'll flash out my rapier and I'll just take a strike at the one closest to me.
All right. That does it.
And yeah, that'll end my turn.
All right. Piercing through the entity that's next to you, you do manage to pierce in quite heavily. Thankfully enough, for me, they have yet to die or take any real damage. However, that ultimately changed after you hit it. It's a good strike, definitely a good blow. However, now you're really considered a target. Let's see what Colt has to say.
I'm gonna fire off the shot at the one over by Orwell, seeing as he's damaged a lot, just to get off the field.
Mm-hmm.
So here goes that. 13.
Unfortunately misses.
I'm not a guy who likes to miss. So I'll action surge and take another. 22.
Does it.
8 piercing damage.
With a blow straight towards their body, you take aim, fire a shot in a round, and you see that it's curving to the left. Being a man that doesn't like to miss, you quickly draw out a fake second gun, faster and stronger than the first. Taking aim, you shoot at the bullet that's curving, you hit it, and it then curves back into the enemy, piercing through and knocking it down to the ground dead. That fake gun then disappears into the mist.
Poof, he's Houdini.
Ooh. Out of here. And that'll be my turn.
Alright. So, the enemy next to Idril looks towards you. And decides to still go for Idril. Alright. With its strange blunt instrument goes directly towards... yeah, that probably hits.
Yeah, I can't do it this time. That hits.
Ooh.
Okay.
No point trying to shield because meets it beats it.
With the strange tendril branch work, it pierces in and does 13 points of damage.
Oof, that hurts.
Oh, that does hurt, doesn't
I'm
it?
a wizard.
Oh no!
That hurted.
I'm assuming based off of your bar, you're considered bloodied.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, if a creature's considered bloodied once attacked by these things, something does happen. I did kind of describe it with Orwell, but it ironically procced with you. So, you feel that strange burning sensation, and however, you can tell that it's not a burning sensation rather than it carving into your flesh to determine how healthy you are. That being said, it now determines that you are very unhealthy. It then will take 6 points of damage, but can add an additional 1d6 to the die cast.
Okay.
Thankfully enough, it has no modifier, but it's really gonna hurt. 3.
If you would have rolled a 6, I was down.
Oh. You can tell this thing is now considered bloody due to its own breaking of its limb in you, but it's still alive, if barely. Thankfully enough, the one next to Orwell is dead. Speaking of Orwell.
Should I make a concentration check for the Passive Trace so I can use it after the fight if I wanna? Because it got hit.
Yeah, you just have to beat a 10.
Okay.
Constitution saving throw.
Barely.
It's still up.
And no.
I'm gonna go down here, and I am gonna try to stab it, and I'm gonna give myself advantage.
Well, you might be flanking, so you might not need to.
That's not considered
do we
flanking.
Oh, okay.
Do you use flanking rules if I go down here?
Now you do.
Okay.
Oof.
13, too bad.
Yeah. Trying to pierce into the creature, it just looks at you. That strange movement causes your greatsword to move to the left, not realizing that its head now moved to the left. To the right. That would have made sense. Then you would have actually hit it. Anyways. Court.
So, seeing how hurt my friend looks, Core's gonna cast some healing spells. I think as soon as my character sheet loads, I'm gonna cast Healing Word.
Alright.
But it's not loading, so I'm gonna refresh real quick.
No problem.
There we go. Oh, not that. I have Healing Word, but I also get a bonus because of my domain.
Life Cleric. What is the bonus?
The bonus Where's the bonus?
I can look it up real quick if you need.
Additional hit points equal to 2 plus the spell's level, so you get an extra 3 hit points on there.
Nice. I feel a lot better now.
I'm so glad, but I'm also very angry at this beast for hurting you, and I really just wish we could have fun again. So I fire my crossbow and curse our luck.
Firing crossbow straight towards the creature, you then fire at a tree again.
Do I
It's awkward.
to give the advantage thing? I have to say it before they roll, right? Or else I'm just giving it to them when they've already missed.
Yeah.
Yeah. So unfortunate. If you declared it, I was gonna give it, but
So now we know to wait sometime.
I didn't know you could give away your advantages. How many advantages do you have? Jeez. It's like...
I can use my reaction every time I get a reaction for the whole minute. I can just force a saving throw, attack roll, or ability check to have advantage or disadvantage within 60 feet of me.
And that was your
Wow.
rune that you activated?
Yeah.
Runes are strong.
That's really good.
So that's what? How many rounds?
It lasts a minute, 10 rounds.
Mm-hmm.
Very cool.
Okay.
I will remember to ask.
This guy's dead. You're up.
Huh. Do I want to try to go overboard with this, or should I just hit it with my sword?
Just hit it with your sword. No need to go overboard on something that's wounded.
But it hurt me! Fine, I'll hit it with my rapier.
That does hit. Okay, roll again in case you get a natural 20.
Ah, true. Nope.
No. The first one hits, thankfully. Let's see.
Yeah, natural 20, that would have hurted it.
So,
Dude, if
with a rapier, you go and aim straight towards it. Looking as if it's about to lunge away from the area, Orwell manages to grab both sides and hold it in place. With that motion, Orwell, you then pivot its body into Idril's blade. Idril, I think that's how your character's pronounced. I'm so sorry,
Yes.
It's been a while.
You got it. You're
Okay.
going good.
Not like how a rapier would pierce into a body. Pierces in and then basically rakes it out, causing it to die due to the strange motion. And thankfully enough, it is now on the ground, lifeless.
Ah, that hurt.
looking at Adriel, well, I think I figured out what caused that hole in that man's body back there.
I think I did too.
I think you did as well, my friend.
Orwell, next time give us a bit of warning.
My bad.
Oh.
Anyone that is trying to examine like how they operate can go ahead and roll insight.
Okay.
Okay, I'm down. I'll do
Yeah.
that.
I'll join him.
I like being insightful. Well, not today.
11,
Today's
16.
been a little distracting. We got attacked by trees, man.
I'm kind of upset. You know, I like trees, I like life, I like having fun. We were getting on alright there, Orwell.
So,
Well, they're predators.
examining
Not
bodies and
necessarily true.
seeing how they operated, how they attack, how they lunged at you, only one of you like gets most of what is actually there. The one that rolled a 16, 11 and 10 unfortunately did not pass anything. But you can determine that these creatures are basically, they belong here. They're not foreign creatures, objects. No one summoned these things to this domain to attack any wandering travelers.
Okay.
However, you can determine that they basically stay in the forest and protect it. They don't go around just randomly attacking and killing people. The only reason they likely attacked you is because one of their own were attacked. That being said, due to that factor, they likely attacked that other individual for reasons that not just to mug them. If you had to guess and had to wager, someone or something used these things to actively kill that person in order to rob them.
Ah.
Justice has been dealt. I roll action with second wind. 6 H.
Okay. But from what you can
So-
determine, these things were basically used as a natural attacking trap apparatus. They themselves did not actually go out of their way to kill people.
So the merchant guy got set up to be killed by these things so someone else could rob him.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And it's kind of hard to tell who that someone else is, so our job's kind of done.
Well, now it is.
Yeah.
They are natural here, so after a while, their bodies would go back into the forest and likely regenerate, but not for some time and not for some days. Since they actually belong to nature, if you had the spell known as Speak with Plants, you might be able to commune. Or maybe they were intelligent, but didn't feel like talking. Oh, maybe
Don't
because
blame
one of you
them
guys
after they got attacked.
got stabbed.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, at least they might regenerate over time.
Yeah, that's true. Other than that, the trail for that current predicament kind of goes cold, but you can at least determine that these things were likely dragging due to their roots actually coming up from the ground, moving, and then going back into the ground, submerging, and then going back to the tree that they call home.
That makes a lot more sense.
Is there anything valuable about their bodies?
The type of bark that they have on themselves that makes up their body might be useful. Once again, the spirit of the trees, air quotes, will submerge back into the forest. As long as you don't take the entire body, they should regenerate just fine.
I will take 90% of the body with my hand axe.
Do you have, like, the strength to carry all that?
Yeah.
How much
gonna
does
be
it
a
weigh?
lot.
What is heavy, my friend?
Yeah, they're basically
I would
considered...
honestly rather leave the bodies unperturbed.
Yeah, we've done our part. Let nature do its thing.
Well, maybe one of them.
By expensive, it's like more expensive than normal wood. If wood is a copper, this is like a silver.
Yeah, nah.
He brought money terms into it. No.
My carry capacity is 15 times my strength score, so 240.
Yeah, you technically could carry this thing.
That would be a max of 20 gold worth of wood.
I'm carrying like 127 pounds of stuff,
Oh, okay, so even less than.
Oh, yeah.
so I'll fill up on some wood.
You break off an arm.
How much is an arm?
Maybe like 5 silver if you get a really good deal.
No, like the weight.
Oh, I'll make it simple, like 10 pounds.
The arm of the protector of forests.
Maybe not. Don't sell it to a druid.
Yeah, maybe don't sell it to a druid. You might get smacked with said arm.
Can I take 2 arms?
Sure.
You've already mutilated one half of the body. You might as well take the other arm.
While he's doing this, I'm going to just reload
Take
my
the
gun.
other 2
and
bodies
make sure
over
it's
to
up,
somewhere
so
else.
Let's fully load it for later.
Idril, I made 2 gold.
You haven't sold it yet. Don't count your eggs before they hatch, my friend.
If an arm's 5 silver, you've made 1 gold.
Oh no.
Your path is ass.
Wait, what's your intelligence?
Intelligence? It was originally going to be negative, but I raised
Oh.
it to 11.
Should have stuck with the negative.
I should have.
11.
But
Would have
Unfortunately,
been a great
school.
character moment.
unfortunately,
school,
with
dude.
11, you know how math works.
1 + 1 is 2.
What items did we recover from the adventurer? There was a journal, there was a notepad, charcoal.
There was also another little bag on the ground.
No
Like
one said
little
they took
stuff.
it. If you guys want to go back and
I'll
take it,
go back and
or say you
Yeah.
took it, that's fine.
Yeah, I'll say I picked that up.
Yeah, what was in the little bag? Even though I
Let
assume
me
whoever
look.
killed him for the
Oh.
robbery is.
I'll look through the bag, see if anything's left there.
Looking at the bag, you can tell that the style of the pouch, the strange coloration, does not seem to belong to the person. Inside, however, you can tell that there seems to be a strange coloration of wood, kind of like burnt. Examining it, you can determine with your past perception, if you have at least a 13.
14.
With your past perception, you can determine that the way it looks kind of resembles the tree individuals that you just now defeated. It's as if someone or something burnt one of them. Not these guys, but another one.
This was the bait that dragged them in.
That would make
That's
sense,
what I
yes.
got from that.
hmm You can smell it, and it does smell like a fragrant aroma. It's definitely feasible that if you're part of nature, you can definitely see and feel another part that has been desecrated.
Probably best to leave this where it lies. We don't want to carry this with us.
Yeah, I'll remove it from the bag. I want to keep the bag.
I'm gonna take one of the sharper fingers to use as a toothpick
Okay.
as a memento of this battle.
You take a pinky. Do you look at the notebook or anything else? Or do you move forwards?
I'll read the notebook as we go along.
All right. Moving forwards as you go along, you can determine that this is a notebook rather than a journal. You can determine that the actual system in it is a measuring system, weight, value system, as well as other determining factors. This is an accounting notebook. It's not useful to you, but it might be useful to someone else that might have known this person, or another person that might want to expand their own merchant route.
Does
it would be
ever
valuable.
reference this guy's name?
Unfortunately, it does not.
What about in his journal?
The journal did. You only glanced at it, though. You can look at it if you want. But if you find another merchant and you're willing to sell this, it would be a good amount of money. They weren't a very vast merchant that travels from land to land, but city to city. It might be worth 10 gold if you find the right buyer. Which is expensive for most people.
Yeah.
But I'm assuming you look at the journal and determining that you can determine. I just said determine like 5 times there. Anyways, you can tell that the name inside is known as sorry, I just heard something over there. As Fen. F-E-N.
Fen.
Fen.
Fen the Traveling Merchant.
That was his official title.
Do you think maybe he was a fence?
Finn the Fence.
Fen the Fence?
I could probably tell if you let me spend some time with the ledger. I do have some experience with that kind of work.
Possibly. If you'd like to take a look at it.
I don't really want to get involved with those kind of people again. If we can avoid it.
Well, it'd be something to know if we're gonna try to sell his journal, though. So if you could take a look at it.
The notebook and journal
Yeah.
are separate. If you wanted to sell the journal, it'd
Or
be
not
weird.
journal, sorry, the account book.
Okay.
So I have a criminal background that I chose as a smuggler. So if it's a ledger that has any criminal activity, I think I might be able to get a clue with my insightful nature and background on that.
Yeah. You get no clues. Unfortunately, he was clean, for the lack of a better
Pretty
term.
regular. Alright.
These books don't look cooked.
He didn't have drugs in his cartwheel or anything. Gotcha.
No, unfortunately, they were an honest-to-goodness merchant just trying to get as much money as possible from town to town.
I can respect that. Feel better about burying them too.
Yeah. Do you look at the journal?
Yeah,
Absolutely.
I will.
Looking at the journal, you can determine that there is another structure of worded messages there. Not in their handwriting, but in someone else's handwriting. And there you get a hint, which means someone else looked at the journal, wrote something down, and then put it back or just left it there. Do you have any thieves' cant?
Me, no.
Well, you can
I do
determine
not
that
have
this is the language of many of the thieves that you've encountered. If you find someone with it, you might be able to figure out what exactly was written down. Comprehend languages would not solve this.
Thieves' Cant is more of a
code.
slang.
Like a sigil. It says I can't understand sigils.
Yeah.
It doesn't decode secret messages.
Secret messages. That's kind of what Thieves' Cant is. It's more of a secret message kind of thing.
Absolutely.
Well, we
Or
just
I
need
could
to make
probably
a
get somebody to read it, but like I said, I don't
Well,
want to.
we can stop in at our local chapter at one of the places we visit in the cities, or one of our
I've been-
chapter houses in the cities, and see if anybody speaks the language.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Our guild. I don't know how reputable they seem. I've been trying to be good, but that skeleton guy gives me the heebie-jeebies.
Well, I just mean in general, the thieves' cant isn't, I mean, an insanely common thing, but something, maybe someone there will know it.
Strange
yeah, but
man.
will they tell us what it actually says?
Well,
We can
we'll
see.
find somebody we trust.
Okay. As you've been traveling around, you did manage to get to a location. Going into the cave system that you know will be traveling through, you will get closer to the city. However, going to the south entrance, not entrance, you will go off the beaten path and go to the location that was marked in the journal.
We
You
decided
don't
to
wanna
go.
go?
You guys want to take an hour and let these wounds close?
Sure, I can.
We
We can use
take
a
a
little
short
rest after walking.
Okay.
Could we have gone to sit by the pond? Well, we discussed
Yeah.
our journal and
Sure. Back to the weird cold pond.
yeah, we'll
We're just
eventually get there.
obsessed
Just
with
for
this
our short
pond.
rest. Just a short rest.
Okay.
Why is it so cold?
While you're
I
taking a,
don't know.
while you're taking a short rest, I'll be right back. I need to give my cat his insulin shot.
Okay.
Be right back.
Cool. I can go grab
Speaking
a
of
drink.
shot,
Oh
No.
my.
No. Bad Adrian. Remember, we have to play CS later.
yeah, that's.
No.
I'm gonna be drunk for it. Well, anyway, the camera's up.
Yeah, there's always a camera on.
Oh.
Adrian, if your character ever dies, you have to play a drunken monk.
Can we play? Roll the. What are they called? Hit dice from the thing, or just type it out?
I think you can roll it from the thing.
That's a good question.
Yeah, it rolls.
Where do
Cool.
I find it?
That's
It's
what I
hit
needed
dice.
to get full health too. I only had to use one.
It's. You see where your hit points are? Go a little bit down, hit dice. It's right next
Also
to
gonna
death
use
save.
arcane recovery and get back that second level.
I just need a short rest to replenish my action surge. I didn't
Yep.
get touched.
Yep, I got my last 3 HP back. Got second wind back. Got my rune back. Productive.
Yeah.
Remember, you get half of your spent hit dice, or half of your total hit dice back on a short rest.
No, you
No, on a
only
long
get
rest.
no.
Yeah,
Yeah. You don't get any hit dice back on a short rest. You can
yeah.
use hit
You
dice
can
to
spend
heal.
them. That's what I meant.
Yeah.
Do you
Be right
have to
back,
use a
guys.
hit dice to take a short rest, or
No,
you don't have to?
You don't have to.
Okay.
just you have to
Just
use
if you
them to
want to.
heal during a short rest.
Yeah, that's how
Got
you
it.
heal. During
Because
short
I have
rest,
like
and long rest is
three,
full.
four things that come back on short rest.
Yeah. Welcome to
Same
fighter.
here. Welcome to fighter, my friend. We are both fighters. You're just a melee. I'm a range.
I only need 4 hours for a long rest, so that's
Elves.
not bad.
I forgot about my giant might feature. I just added it to my list.
Oof.
Just another bonus action.
A lot of bonus actions, especially as fighters.
Yeah,
Action
I didn't
surge,
take any
second
offhand
wind.
weapon, but I still have 4 bonus actions.
I just can't wait till I can get my second shot. 2 attacks. Bang bang.
Somebody say second shot.
Hello.
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 Oh.
10, are you back?
I'm guessing no.
I'm
Guessing
also
no.
guessing no.
10!
Wait, did Cord just miss the lake?
Hmm?
Oh, it looks like one of your characters jumped into the lake.
Oh, he's in the lake now.
Oh, and now we all die.
Oh no. He has hypothermia instantly. What a cursed pond.
Oh, cool. I get my blade song back too.
That's pretty good.
Ooh, I just want
So
to do more combat.
basically, all 3 of us can replenish almost everything that we need for combat on a short rest.
Except
And
for
then
all
there's
my
the cleric.
spells.
Yeah, everything except merge with stone. Or pass without a trace, I mean.
Mm-hmm.
I wish I could get healing word back on the short rest.
Yeah. You can if you have arcane recovery, wizards.
Clerics got nothing like that.
No,
Now, do
not
clerics,
really.
everything is long rest.
Fair enough. They have things like channel div
Ow!
stuff, so they place it with
Cleric
other
spells,
things.
man, their blessing is a curse. You get all of them, but only on a long rest. And you have to choose.
So
Yeah,
fun
but
changing though.
wizard
Mhm.
spells have more variation.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but they're
They
still
do
long
all
rest as
sorts
well.
of things.
Yeah, but clerics are fun to play. I like clerics.
Yeah.
I
Alright.
enjoyed my cleric.
How's the room looking? Everyone here?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Okay, I only heard 3 voices, so I'm gonna assume yes.
Eating.
Eating!
While I'm sitting here for an hour, I stare at this water more and wonder why it's cold. And really learn something.
Yeah, it honestly wasn't that hard of a check.
We know, okay?
We were a little distracted.
Gazing at the water, attempting, why is this water so cold? You can determine that there's permafrost right at the very bottom of the lake bed. More than likely, there was an ice structure underneath it that is slowly melting away. Where the water is currently pooling is likely the result of that. More than likely, the one to the south, if you ever decided to determine, and I'm going to assume you did because you stared at it for an hour. You quickly rush over, and that it is also cold. However, it doesn't have the same sediment structure as this one.
Global warming.
Or this is a natural effect, which some cases is,
That's a
other cases is
misnomer.
not.
We're in a cooling period.
It's called climate change. Don't be part of the problem.
Climate change is a myth.
Oh, it's so cold out here. Where is global warming?
Actually, you guys aren't far off, ironically enough. From what you can determine that this place used to be a ice pocket, but it was shifted, which means someone else moved the sediment, dirt, or the surrounding structure to this location. And due to these different location caused this melting structure.
You know, knowing about that big sword that's not too far outside of these woods and the battles that happened, I wouldn't be surprised if this place is a little touched by some after effects.
Could you imagine if we're, taking a break by a giant footprint?
That is a pretty cool thought now, isn't it, my friend?
Yeah.
Now, if only one of you had flying. You don't. However, you take the short rest, you heal, you are no longer... The cuts heal, the bruises are kind of still there, but a long rest, you took care of that. You heading out?
I guess we're gonna head to
Back
the
to the cave.
Okay, back to this question. So,
Deja vu.
it takes a little bit, but you managed to get back to this location. You decided to go back to the lake to determine what exactly was going on there. After figuring out and taking a short rest, you managed to figure out the weird coldness. You now have a choice. Continue northward to the next town location, or go a little bit south and find out what exactly might have killed the traveling merchant, or was just a simple byproduct of their bad luck.
I believe we wanted to go south, didn't we? Or should we just hurry with our task?
Is this not the way?
I mean, we are on a timeline, are we not?
No.
I think so.
We're to go find out why some people never returned from the cave, but they already didn't return, so it's
Yeah,
gonna take
but
2
what-
weeks to get there anyway.
What if we get there just in time to save them, though, or something? You never
That-
know.
Would very novel.
Just thought.
It's just a thought. It's a plausible one, maybe. I mean, who knows?
Sure, Dad.
Maybe Idros has read one too many romance novels where the swashbuckling hero goes and saves his day at the last minute.
Haha.
Or
you,
maybe
man.
they just want to make sure that the people might have a chance of surviving. And the
They
closer...
don't come back.
Make sure the problem doesn't get any worse.
That's true. The only thing I can tell you is at the north entrance, there's just someone by the cave system just eating an apple.
Can I spot any forest protectors?
That is too casual.
They are super casual. There are no current forest protectors here.
Alright.
Can we actually see the apple, or are there apple trees?
No, there's actually no apple trees around.
Scratch an itch on my back with one of their arms.
You just look at the person and they're just puzzled by your action.
Hello!
Okay. Well, they don't do anything, but they just wave at you.
Is this your home?
They shrug.
Uh,
They're still eating, so maybe that's why they're not talking.
I don't know if they're polite or not polite.
Do you, like, wait for them to finish the apple?
I kind of look skeptically at my companions.
I don't trust like that.
Are we going through that cave?
Should we tell them why we're here?
I feel like there's no need to tell anyone while we're doing anything if they don't ask.
Okay, well, just don't want to
Not
get in any
everyone needs to know
trouble.
your business, little friend.
Um, I just stepped out of the shadows, so I'm not too sure how this good thing works.
Well, let's just continue on our way. Pass through the cave we need to pass through.
If it helps, I don't think any of us really know. We just give it our best shot.
Well, that is good advice.
Ironically enough,
Well-
after you finished that conversation between each other, she actually does finish the apple. She doesn't say anything though. She just looks at you guys.
Safe travel.
Well, we'll be passing through. See ya.
Okay, whatever.
Be wary. There are strange bark monsters in the woods.
Yeah, they're the guardians of the forest. Unless you mess with the forest or mess with them, you shouldn't have an issue.
They attack everything in sight.
They really don't.
No, you attacked them.
Oh, well, that's just stupid.
Right? Have a
Pick
good
at
day, ma'am.
The pink.
Yeah, just switch out for the bar that's up ahead.
The
I
what?
think I like her.
There's a bar up ahead.
Okay.
She
Thank
said,
you
watch
for the
out for the
warning.
bar.
You go into the cave system. Nothing happens. After a while, you do manage to get to the other side, and like she said, almost smack dab in the forest on the other side is quite literally a bar.
Ah,
Were all these maps for roll 20?
What do you mean?
How did you get these maps?
Oh, some I found, some were on Roll20, and others I made. Currently, the ones that
Oh, that's
you've seen
so
so
cool.
far are ones I found.
So you can just download whatever into the Roll20 and use it.
It has
for
to be a
map.
certain size.
Yeah,
Like,
understandable, yeah.
free accounts are, I think, less than 5 megabytes.
Okay.
For maps or like icon systems, any art. Premium or Pro, you can import 10 megabytes. But the music and stuff like that have their own storage capacity.
Nice.
that's cool.
But yeah, entering from the other side, exiting from the other side, you do go into the next forest destination. However, smack dab in the middle of your path is quite literally a bar.
Interesting.
I'm not very thirsty.
Do you
I'm
want
not going to
stop
try
here?
and pawn my arms yet. People here know too much and it's embarrassing.
Yeah, please don't shame us like that. Should we at least see if we can get some information here?
If you'd like.
Well, what do we need to know?
Um, so there's supposedly ruins to the south of here. Maybe someone's been there and knows about them. That, or we could just try to find it ourselves.
Yeah, we're not even close to our final destination of where we're supposed to find this thing. I feel like we should just keep going. We did spend a lot of
Talking
time
about
already.
the thing marked out in the journal.
Ah, that thing. I have real no interest in it, unless you guys do.
We could just go on to the city. But we did, I believe, take the path to go check it out previously. Kinda why we're here.
We were 2 weeks out from our destination, though, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
but we had a
Oof.
choice at the cave, I believe, to go through the cave to go check out what was marked down in the journal, or go north towards the city. We went
Yeah.
into the cave.
Well, it must be
I thought the
like
cave was the way we were supposed to go.
The cave
My
is
bad.
the path you're going. South would have been checking out what the journal has.
Okay, so I was right.
Okay.
how late in the day is it?
It's weird. It was around midday, around 2 p.m. Now it's close to twilight.
If it's getting dark, guys, we could just stay here tonight.
True.
It shouldn't be getting dark yet, though, shouldn't it?
Yeah, I feel the time is off. Weird.
Well, you know,
I
to
don't like
slaughter the
that.
guardians of the forest. Maybe we're first.
Seems like nighttime to me.
Eternal twilight? Could be worse.
Could be.
Could be worse. Hopefully it won't be.
I feel like we could push on for a little bit longer. We just rested. We haven't been going for long at all.
Well, if you want to find the place or keep going to the next city, we should make pace quick before it's too dark and we won't be able to set up camp.
I think we should keep going for a little bit.
I think Orwell already started drinking, though. Somebody better go get him.
Orwell,
What?
looking inside, you can determine that there are some faces that are random people, people that are common folk, people that travel. No one like of importance. You do see the bartender currently just cleaning up house, probably getting ready to serve another drink.
I will go up and buy a drink. 1 ale, please.
Right. You seem new. 2 copper. You got that?
Yep. Nope. I don't. Yes. No. I only have gold.
No, rich boy, eh? Well, luckily enough, I have change. She gives you a very big cup of ale, as well as your change, which is 8 silver and 8 copper. So what you're in here for?
We're on our way, traveling to. What was the city's name?
The direct one or the closest one?
Our ultimate objective distance.
Health spring.
Hellspring.
Hellspring.
House ring?
Hellspring.
Hellspring.
On our way to
Hellspring.
Hellspring.
Oh, well, good luck getting out of this place then.
Is it any more difficult to get out of here than anywhere else?
I mean, yeah, unless you actually know how to get out of here. Then it becomes a problem.
I didn't figure it'd be too strange. We were going to ask for directions here.
I mean, you can go ahead and ask, but everyone's going to tell you the exact same thing.
Oh, so which way is it?
Go north.
Will do. I take a seat over here. My friends are still outside.
Your friends
I
are still
wonder
outside.
if they left, but I don't care too much.
There.
I hope Idril's not leaving.
Go ahead and roll a perception check.
Okay.
From what you can determine, everyone else seems to be enjoying their time, their place, their location, enjoying their drinks and their food. However, when you look at them, the people themselves are fine, but looking at their plates and their drinks, you can determine that after they've taken a sip, after they've taken a bite, the meal and drink don't seem to be getting any less.
Oh,
I don't like this.
Can
it's
I?
like that movie.
We should leave.
You don't even notice this yet. You're not inside.
Inspect my drink to see if there's anything
This
weird
is
about it.
weird.
Yeah, go ahead and roll investigation.
Is it Arcana?
Investigation.
Okay, I'm just begging because I have advantage on Arcana from the Frost Rune.
But we took a rest, so isn't that going right now?
No, this is the passive.
Oh.
Investigating it, you can determine that the ale itself is fine. The mug itself, however, does seem to have strange properties about it. You can now roll Arcana.
Ooh.
Do it, fighter.
Yeah, I have passive advantage on Arcana. Okay,
Huh? Okay.
that's right. I went to school, kiddo.
With no modifier. He just listens to me and my pastimes.
Determining what the structure of the mug is made out of, you can determine that it is magical properties. While, yes, the drink, the meal, is consumed, the strange properties of the mug and maybe the plates of the other individuals helps to continue on the mass production of the mass, which means no matter how much you eat, no matter how much you drink, it will continue to remain the exact same amount.
This is a steal, so I'm gonna drink as much as I can.
Yeah, it's a very good bargain, especially for 2 copper.
Glug 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 glug.
But ultimately, you can determine that no matter how long you'll stay here, you definitely will have enough to drink and enough to eat.
Nice. I wonder
Just
where
outside, I
my friends
want
are.
to talk to the others. Why would someone warn us about a bar? That's a weird thing to warn someone about.
I
It's
thought
a
there was like
bar.
something we were gonna run into. Like,
Yeah, I was thinking like some weird monster I never heard of, but like a bar?
I guess we'll go see what's taking Orwell so long.
Where is that
maybe
big
you
bar?
can't find the privy. I'm
Oh.
gonna look for a garden. I guess I might find one on the other side. It looks like.
If you guys stay out
I'm-
there, I'm gonna eat a full course meal very slowly before coming out.
I'll go sit down where you're at.
The gang roams
Here.
around.
Share my ale with me. It's infinite.
You're not sure if Orwell's already drunk.
I swear, it never
Can I-
empties.
Huh?
Can I insight check him to see if he's drunk already?
Yeah.
In these few minutes we've left him.
Go ahead and roll insight. Get above a 10, which you did,
20,
and you can
yeah.
determine that while they are drinking, they have yet to be incoherent and delusional with the drink. So,
This
no,
ale.
Not yet.
Okay.
not yet.
Give it another 20 minutes.
Mm-hmm. Core, in the meanwhile, while you're examining the other side of the building, you can determine that there is a small garden to the right of the structure and some herbs to the northwest side of the structure.
Oh, well, I'm just gonna go enjoy the garden.
Okay.
Maybe I catch a glimpse of whoever's in the room there. I'm eavesdropping.
Okay. I mean, you can get in through the doorway, or you can just hang out like at the very outside of the garden.
Well, I don't want to be too presumptuous. I'm just gonna kind of hang right there.
That's fair. Well then, Core, from what you can tell and how far you can see, you can determine that the 4 individuals that are currently in their own private room are speaking with each other. They seem to be not frantic, but talking about some problem. While you can't exactly hear their words, you can determine by their gestures that it is apparent to you that this situation is an issue. Maybe they're dealing with a mission that they have, or maybe they're dealing with their own life problems. But they say problem enough, like I have just done 8 times, that you now pick up that word whenever it comes up.
Troubled man.
And a woman.
Ooh, and a lady.
There's two.
I'm sorry, I'm kind of far away. It's hard to see through those windows.
Yeah, that's true. Based off of the windows, from what you can tell, this one's human. This one's a half elf. This one might be a water genasi. And this one is a tiefling.
Okay. I will make a note. And try and not let their problems bother me because I just want to have a good day.
That's fair. They do seem frustrated, though. So if you go and try to meet with them, you might get wrapped up in some issues.
Yeah, I'm not... Don't want to start no fights!
But regardless of that, Colt and Idril, after examining what Orwell's talking about, he is adamant on there being enough drink and food to last you forever.
I cleanse my palate with some spring water.
A nice commodity.
Alright. You cleanse your palate with some spring water. For some reason or another, when you drink it, it seems to shock you, as sometimes cold water does to your own palate.
I told you it would
wakes
stay
you up.
cold.
Well, it hasn't been that long, friend.
It really hasn't been that
It'll
long.
warm up as we go.
However, it's colder than it should be. It still should be cold, but not this cold. So maybe it just stays like this for a while. That being said, however, you can tell that your surroundings seem a little off. When that sensation of shock hit your throat, you felt like there was a haze between your eyes and the world itself, and the world itself kind of went into a fuzzy sensation. It wasn't your eyes, more as, quite literally, it was clear. You could see the entire thing. And then when you drank, it then went fuzzy. And then when you finished, it all went back to normal.
It's getting weird in here. Guys, I think it's getting pretty
Time to
weird.
leave.
Yeah, it's time to go. Where's our little friend at?
Here, drink this. And I show them my water skin.
I'm good.
Take a sip of the water.
Same thing. When you drink, fuzzy. When you finish drinking, clear.
Right?
Huh.
You saw it, right?
Yeah. Weird. Let's go find Core and leave. I'll head out.
I'm gonna take a solid 20-second long drink of the mug before I go out.
For those 20 seconds, the world was in a haze.
Okay, got enough out of my 2 copper.
Oh, you mean... Oh, sorry. You meant the alcohol. I thought you were also drinking Colt's water. Yeah. The haze still happens, but due to the alcohol consumption rather than...
He said, ah, shit, that hit quick. Alright.
But yeah, definitely worth 2 copper. You might want to come back here one day.
Probably. Maybe alone.
Maybe alone.
We'll never leave. Okay, we're gonna start working our way around looking for Core, because he went to look for a garden.
The
Yeah.
vibes were off.
I'm gonna sneak up on him and scare him.
Go ahead and roll stealth. What's your passive, Core?
I think it's 14. No, it's 12.
Oh, okay. Well, Colt, he doesn't see you.
I'll come up behind him and just tap him on the shoulder and go boo and scare him. Try to make him jump.
Shriek!
What you doing?
Falls off the fence.
That wasn't very nice, Colt. I was just
Shouldn't
trying
be paying
to
attention.
relax and then...
What if I was someone trying to grab
I'm a
you?
little distracted.
You got booed.
You know I don't like it when people sneak up on me.
Gotta stay sharp, my friend.
You know,
Hear
I
me
just
out.
want to have fun.
That lady said to go north, but I think
We
we,
go
should
north?
go south.
South is where we came from. Or is it not?
Hmm,
South is where you came from.
We
Okay.
come from west.
No.
No.
By how the map works, you came from the south.
Ah,
Looks like there's a path to the west, though.
There's a
It
path
looks
to
like
the
there's a path
south,
to
north,
north.
east, and west.
well, anyway.
Well,
Does anybody know why the fuck it seemed like there were ghosts in there?
what?
I mean, we're leaving because we acknowledge that this bar is a little fucked up.
I mean, infinite
That
food
would
and drink
explain.
is never free. Even at that low of a cost. That's... didn't seem right to me. I don't know. What did you
Can't play
see?
detective if you're not willing to go in there and drink of my waters.
Unlimited drink. I don't know why those people in that room would be so unhappy when they could drink as much as they like.
I should have taken the mug.
People.
Probably
Oh,
we're
just
not allowed to
over
take the
there.
mug.
I didn't try to.
Probably a good thing.
I don't know.
I will tell you now, like with most establishments, you're not really supposed to take the silverware. That doesn't mean you can't try.
Yeah.
Hey man, I'm just saying there's a fucking Boston pizza glass in my fucking cupboard.
Like I said, that doesn't mean
But
you
it's
can't
my brother
try.
who stole it.
You know what? You practically pay enough to buy the Boston pizza silverware when you're there.
Yeah.
And he took it because he was stupid, not because he was stealing. He was like 9.
Good job, kid.
9-year-olds are fully aware of what they're doing.
Okay, yeah, but well,
To a degree. Like, if I was 9 and I was taking a drink and then my mom or dad said, hey, we gotta get going.
Yeah, that's understandable then.
Yeah.
If you're rushed at that age, it's like, okay, I'm coming, and you just go with whatever you have.
Yeah. Not saying I did that, but I kind of did that.
Oh, I've definitely done that as a kid. There's
Uh,
no way, knowing me, that I haven't.
But the acts of children and or theft aside, where are you heading?
North.
We're gonna take the advice.
my god, I'm so curious now. Wanna go back?
Bartenders, in my
No.
experience, normally shoot straight.
But what the fuck? It was so weird.
Alright.
Bars aren't like that.
We have to make tracks and set up camp before it gets dark.
Yeah.
North we go.
Okay, but I wanna go find out why the fuck the food and drink were infinite and the world
You know
was
what?
hazy.
When we come
Probably
back
to trap
from what
people.
we're supposed to be doing, we'll stay there for half the day for you to feast. How's that sound, friend? Celebratory feast.
I will feast for half a day and half a night.
Why not a full day and a full night then? How will you do half a day and half a night?
I can only eat so much.
That's your limits, my friend.
That is...
He has to poop the other half a day and the other half a day.
Oh god.
Oh no.
So you head north and traveling there for about a good minute and a half, you wind up at the bar's entrance.
Oh my god, we have to kill the barkeeper.
Shit.
No. I don't
Listen,
like this.
Okay, I go
Play the
left.
This
innkeeper.
looks familiar.
We
Are we
kill the
sure this
ghost.
is the same place?
In and out, 15-minute adventure.
No. In fact, it kind of looks like it's close to dawn. The sun's rising.
I wanna walk through the doorway and yell, why the fuck am I still here?
Because you came back?
No, I did not.
Whatever, man.
Don't play games with me, you ghost.
This is just the person to your right talking to you. Well, if you say so. Oops, that is way too bright for
Oh,
morning.
Here, drink of my waters. You will see.
No.
Adrian, I don't think anybody in their right mind would accept a water bottle from a guy that walked up and screamed that he was a ghost.
It is your loss. You will find that you never leave this place.
That's kind of why we're still here.
Yes. Next day, and the next day, next day, the next day.
DM, am I exhausted? Have we been walking all night?
It kind of feels like you've been walking all night. Even though,
Well, how-
from what
Oh,
you could
sorry.
tell, it was like a minute and a half. You rounded a corner and you were back here, but it feels like you were walking for a night.
How did this happen? We should have set
Literal.
up camp.
You're smart. You're my tutor.
I'm thinking. Hold up.
Maybe we should go back and go the other way that we didn't. If we can even go south and get back to the cave, that is.
Can try that, or we can try going to the west.
I just want to go to bed.
North.
So you go south.
Yeah. Let's go south.
Oh, okay.
Try to go back out of the cave.
Colt leading the way, your team comes back out of the cave system. You're not sure when you got back into the cave system, but you then see the tiefling that was there before, eating a different apple, but still eating an apple nonetheless. Looking at you, they just place it down and go, "Oh yeah, welcome back, I guess."
So,
what
what's up
was
with that?
Do you know anything, Apple Girl?
I have a name, but sure, you can call me Apple Girl. That's kind of what I eat.
What's
Yeah.
your name?
Basically, on the other side, unless you know how to get out, you're kind of stuck in a perpetual loop.
Ah,
Luckily enough, the
knows
bartender there is kind, an ancient fey creature, so they make sure you're eating and drinking properly. I mean, you get to choose what you eat and drink, so there's only so much she can do. But at least you won't die from anything.
starvation.
Starvation, yes, you could still die from like a bullet or a blade.
Does anybody know the way past?
A few people do. The merchants do. Like some noble people do, on and off again.
Do you?
Yeah,
Could you show us the way?
I kind of already did. I'm not doing it again.
Oh no.
In fact, I showed it twice.
Apple.
I'm going to... for an apple.
You see no apples.
Damn.
I'm gonna go back to the inn and get an apple.
You go into the inn and get an apple.
I'm actually gonna get an apple for everybody now.
You go into the inn and grab 4 apples.
Let's try walking north while eating said apples.
You know what? That's crazy. That's so crazy.
It might just
so
work.
that's so crazy that it just might work.
So,
Before we leave, I go, thank you. By the way, what was your name?
too late now.
Well, Colt. Nice to meet you.
No, that's not my name.
No, that's mine.
Good for you.
Okay, have a nice day.
Yeah.
Goodbye.
Nara, by the way, as you walk through. Anyways,
Have a nice day, Nara.
moving through, you go to the north entrance, exit, go through, minute and a half, come back here.
Eating apple.
Eating apple, coming back here.
We have to finish the apple.
I
Okay.
think we should rest.
Finishing the apple, going north, wind up back here. You're now considered exhausted.
Okay, yeah, let's take a rest. Darn it. I thought it'd work.
You make a campsite over here. Or you
Why
go
aren't we
back south
sleeping in
and
the
make a
tavern?
campsite?
I guess we can just sleep in the
No,
tavern.
we're not going back.
When they go to sleep, I head towards the tavern.
Yeah, we might as well sleep in the tavern. It doesn't seem like you get
Inquire about
trapped.
rooms.
Okay.
I'm not going to camp in the woods for no reason. My father lives in the woods.
Ah,
Entering inside, you can tell that the bartender is looking at you. Welcome back.
Yes, we're stuck.
Yeah.
Well,
do you know the way out?
Go north.
how many times?
As many times until you figure it out.
Well, we've done it 3 times. We haven't learned anything. Was there something to learn?
I mean, there was a guide at the gate entrance and the forest entrance. They should have given you a clue.
They ate an apple. Their name is Nara.
Okay. I don't know what generation this is, so that means nothing to me.
You seem rather unmotivated. Put a
Well,
gold down on the bar.
this is kind of my home, so why would I want to leave my home?
Oh no, I'm not asking you to leave.
Is there anyone else here trying to get out? It looks like all these people are having a pretty good time. No one else seems to be trapped.
These kind of people are kind of stuck here at this point. So, they've kind of just grown accustomed to it. The 4 in the back are still trying to get out, but even their wills are kind of breaking at this point. They've been going at it for about 4 months now.
4 months?
I do have a question. We
Yeah.
can go back to where we came, to that cave. Do they go through the cave or do they go back whence they came as well?
Probably where they came from.
Is there a wide reach around this bar that does not involve this mysterious crossroads?
Possibly, but I don't know. This crossroads, as you described it, comes in from various places, so just watch out in other places you might find it.
If I were to try and bypass all the mystery, how far out would I have to?
I honestly can't tell you. Again, my home. I don't leave my home.
Very well.
Is there anything you need?
A room, please, a bed.
I mean, that will sap a lot of what sanity you have left, but sure. It'll cost a copper, though.
What do you mean, we'll...
Well, your
Zap
mind
our
will
sanity.
become accustomed to this.
If we sleep? Or stay in here?
Sleep, eat, however long you decide to stay here. Your body basically adjusts. The people around you, looking at the silhouetted people, kind of been here for a while.
They no longer even wish to leave?
Or no longer care. At this point, some of them have been here for years, other decades, some centuries.
Is there anyone here currently not like that?
And the 4 in the back, but even then, they're kind of starting to break already.
Huh.
Towards my friends? Maybe we can cooperate with those 4?
Possibly at this point.
Chat. Let's go have a chat, why don't we?
I don't
Maybe
need
we
sleep,
can-
I need answers.
Try and have a good time before bed. A party. With no
If we
food.
shouldn't sleep
drink.
here, I'm not going to sleep here.
Once again, remember, you are exhausted.
Yeah. That sucks.
Just want to bring the joy.
I assume they'll be here tomorrow. Let's just go back south through the cave again, sleep, and come back.
What if they've been lost? What if they give in and sleep here? It will break soon.
I mean, it's been 4 months, they said.
Core, because seems to be how your character is acting, go ahead and roll insight.
Sure.
Even with a 6, the bartender said welcome back. How long do you think you were gone?
Like 3 minutes?
That would make sense.
But yeah, the sky shifted.
Sir, I seem to be extremely exhausted, and your offer of a bed is most tempting, but it's unusual because I'm usually full of stamina, if you can't tell by my physique. See, these are. But nonetheless, why am I so tired?
The effects of this place kind of mess with time. You could have been traveling for a while, and it's only been a couple minutes. Or you've been here for a few centuries, and it's only passed 2 minutes.
Well, could you tell me how long, or where this time dilation happens? Is it outside the bar, or inside the bar?
Inside the entire place that you currently see around you. I don't know how much time passed for you, but for us, you've been gone since the last time I saw your friend there looking at Orwell, because she never saw you. It's been about 2 weeks.
2 weeks?
All of the dungeon delvers are dead.
Oh my.
2 weeks in this zone, by the way. Maybe not in the real world. You never asked Nara.
This is the pocket dimension.
Yeah.
Oh.
Guys, he said that the party in the back was getting kind of frustrated. Maybe we could bring them back through the cave with us, just to sleep for the night or something.
You don't know which way they came in.
Yeah, they might have came from a different direction and not be able to come with us.
Well, we could just hold their hands or something and go through the cave. I'm sure it'll work out. Try to do something nice and bring a lot of joy to the world and get a rest at the same time.
I mean, you can always ask.
You know, if somebody came up to us and told us they wanted to help, we would be thankful, right?
Probably, but they have also been here a while and it might be a little deleterious. It's worth a shot though.
Well, I'll go introduce myself. The bartender said it was 3 weeks since Orwell was here last, and I seen them in the back room then arguing. At least I think it's the same people. We'll go find out.
I'll come with.
Okay. You break through the wall instead of using doors.
I went through the outside. I went around.
Okay. Idril found the shortest route, though.
I didn't want to go through there. It looked like a staff only.
Kind of yes, kind of no. If you rented a house, not a house, a room, you could go through there without feeling awkward.
I went through there anyway.
Yeah, that's fine. It's just
You
awkward.
burst through that door, I'll burst through this door.
Oh, yeah, nah, I guess I'll go with Core, because that'll be kind of intimidating.
Okay. Going through the doorway, you do manage to get there without too much of an issue. Colt, you're now on stage. I don't know why you're performing.
I was just moving to be with them, okay? I wasn't looking at my surroundings. I wasn't looking at the actual map, just the squares.
That's
the
fair.
endless mug down.
Typical cult.
Hush, hush.
Oh, so the endless smug is Orwell, who is probably actually drinking.
Yeah.
Orwell. Meh.
What?
Meh.
You shout through the...
I break through the fireplace.
You break. Luckily enough, that actually is an open entrance area. You just need to jump through the fire. But to make it simpler, you do so. It's spectacular. You almost hit this woman.
She said, "Ah!"
Luckily enough, well, maybe. No one dies.
Oh, well, maybe.
I'm so strong.
Regardless of that, you do manage to get to the other side. Who jumps in first?
Core?
I'll knock on the door. Hello.
The half elf, you assume, opens the door. Peering inside, you can tell it's the same people, but they look exhausted. They look kind of malnourished, more or less. Their complexion is awful. You can tell they haven't been sleeping for a while. Last time you saw them, they were kind of like this also, but this is way worse. Something you need?
Well, you look more tired than I do, but my friends and I, we just got here. We need to set camp up, but we definitely don't want to stay here. We were thinking you guys might want to come with us.
I mean, that'd be great and everything, but we didn't exactly come probably from the same entrance. We came from the west.
Oh no,
We came from the south.
we came from the south. Do you think that we could maybe hold hands and it would take everybody together?
I mean, we've never tried that. The human then looks towards you. I don't honestly think that's possible, but we can give it a shot. Honestly, we're desperate at this point. We've been trying for so long.
What all have y'all tried?
The woman then states, the woman to the south then states, we've tried walking through each directional path, north, south, east, west. West brings us back to where we came from for a while, but after a while we couldn't even go back there.
Oh no.
We tried
Oh,
not
no.
eating the food, eating our own rations and meals, trying to think of things, but after we finish our meals, we then go and try a few things. We tried using Misty Step to go in from the south entrance. That didn't work. One of us tried to cast Prestidigitation using a separate school of magic, and that didn't work. One of us tried to make a line through the sand to see if that line would also follow us. That didn't work. We also
Did you try walking backwards?
Unfortunately, that's one of the few things we did. Oh, I need to change his name. Unfortunately enough, the human is way too similar in name to Orwell.
Have you met a lady who was outside of your entrance route who claimed she was giving you a clue?
Ours was a man, but sure.
What was he doing?
Like drinking something. We didn't ask what it was. It was not in a clear cup.
We just met a lady who was eating an apple.
Drink the
Intriguing.
drink,
They were
eat
both
the food.
participating in consumption.
Drink the drink.
This is
eat
a
the
common link.
food.
Leno then states, when we thought of that, we grabbed a few meals and walked through. Thankfully enough, the 2 copper was enough to have the bartender give us the meals, and then we walked through, but that didn't work either.
Did you walk while drinking?
We walked while drinking too, that didn't work.
Okay.
Have you tried to do it with something you did not purchase from here? Something from outside?
The elven man, Jan, looks towards you. Unfortunately, we've already eaten everything we've had. Or everything we have.
Or
Maybe
no.
head way out, consume something that is not from around this messed up place while traveling?
That's a possibility.
The woman to the south then states, I mean, we could try doing that, but I'm afraid we don't have any more.
I think we all have some travel rations, don't we?
Yeah.
You should.
Yeah.
We have enough to make it to the next city, no doubt.
Yeah, we can just split a bit of travel rations and see if it works.
I didn't count using them, but we start with the base 10.
Yeah. So we'll just split some rations and give it a shot, cause it's all we have right now.
The woman to the north, south, east, west. Sorry, it took me a while to figure that one out. The woman to the west then states, I mean, we can give it a try, but then you'll be out a few rations if this doesn't work.
This seems acceptable to me because this place turns hazy
Well-
when I drink of water from outside.
Yeah.
So it might break some of the link
That's a
if I
possibility.
consistently drink water while traveling that's not from here.
Leno then states that's kind of what happened when we were eating our own food. We thought it was some type of weird effect, though.
I want to do it while trying to leave.
It's worth a shot.
Honestly, one more night here, and I don't think we can leave ever. So I'm willing to have
Then
it go.
spend your night elsewhere.
Seems
Alright.
fair. Which way? You know what? I don't even care which way you're going. Leno then states, just getting out of here is better than nothing.
Well, the bartender told us to go north.
So we should, I guess, follow that advice, but eat and drink our own consumption. Let us be off.
Are you sure we
Yeah.
shouldn't go south, where we know we might have a better chance?
I
South just
feel,
takes us to where we were, unless we
yeah, I
wanna.
feel like if we're to get past this, we have to go north.
I hope we don't end up like these sorry folk.
Paula then states, yeah, I see there.
We usually
Alright.
get back here after a minute and a half, so after a minute, I'm gonna start drinking and sprinting at once.
No, we have to
Yeah.
hold hands. Don't run too fast.
No, we're eating and drinking while we go of our own
Yeah.
supplies.
We can hold hands too.
No, that's. I need
That-
both my hands to eat, little friend.
Yeah.
Not everything can be
just
done with
scared.
holding hands. You're gonna be okay.
Okay, I'll hold Jan's hand. He looks hot.
They are.
That.
As am I.
Oh my.
Okay. You eat and consume a ration each, and then I don't know who gives who, or you then, everyone separately gives an individual their own ration.
Yeah, we'll just do
Yeah.
one each.
Yeah. So everyone mark 1 down off your starting 10.
But I
Two.
like the spring water better because it's proven
Two.
itself to
Yeah,
be
one
two,
fine.
breath
you're
on
eating
right
one.
now.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Okay. Well then, managing through entering the area, some of you hold hands, others do not. Those of you that cannot consume or drink without 2 hands do not. Luckily enough, you do manage to get through to the other side.
Yes, I'm a genius. This is how I graduated.
Oh, hey, welcome back.
Hey,
Well, at least come back. Why do people keep saying this?
at
Jan
least we're in a different place now. it looks like.
gives basically Orwell a hug. Oh, thank God we're out of there. Paula and Quinn are exhausted and basically hit the ground.
Yeah, nap time.
Leno then goes, I can't believe our campsite's still here. We went off ahead just to see what was ahead, and we've been stuck there for about 4 months.
Oh.
Yeah.
Time has passed in real face.
The woman then states, how much time do you think?
Like, with the conversation we have with these folks, like a max of 15 minutes, maybe not even. How much time has passed for you?
Yeah, about 30 minutes.
Okay.
She looks towards their team. Oh, by the way, the guy that was trying to help you out kind of had to go to the bathroom, so I'm taking his place for a while.
I feel like we should go back and tell the tavern lady so she knows what to tell the goddamn travelers who come in.
Oh
I
no,
think she.
they
Keep
immediately
going.
forget. If you tell them, people die in there. Like once
Ah.
the entity that protects the people inside knows, then she ages rapidly. The place is connected to her, and then due to the Fey effect, everyone then feels the passage of time all at once. So she takes a bite. They kind of all die.
That's fucked up. You should write it on like a stone or something about a mile out from the bar.
It's a safeguard in case anyone that goes to a separate town doesn't belong there, or in case travelers go to places they don't need to go or aren't supposed to go, wind up there. Which means, looking at you guys, you're heading into a very dangerous location. I just think this group, looking at Leno's group, might have just been super unlucky. Yeah, I noticed.
Well, nice to know at least.
I just need to have a rest. I'll talk with you guys in the morning.
Yeah, I think it's time to take a nap.
I take a victory nap.
You do so. And in the meantime, Leno and Jan both drag the bodies of their worn out group to their own tent. Use any tent you want. Honestly, you've earned it.
Thank you.
Earth Genasi, so I submerge half my body in the dirt.
Okay. Nara's just still there, eating an apple.
You're not gonna sleep in the same tent with Jan?
I close my eyes and my body stiffens and I'm a statue. I do the pose that's on my picture
That's fair.
against a tree.
I hate you so much.
After a good long rest, after a good night's sleep, because it was actually around nighttime at this point, or at least close enough that you can warrant some sleep, you were also exhausted, so you actually did need it.
Mm-hmm.
You managed to wake up in the middle of the night due to the fact that it was enough to wake you. You can spend a little bit more hours to wake up in the morning, but you would be fully rested like 1 or 2 hours before the sun rises.
I'm fine with getting up then.
I'd rather get my hit dice back. You know.
You would get your
Save
dice
that.
back. That's fine.
Oh.
It just means you'd be awake when it's still night out. That's all that means.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
Alright.
Leno, Quinn, Paula, and Jan are still asleep. They need more than just a simple 6 to 8 hours.
Yeah, I imagine.
I remain still in my position because nothing wakes the statue.
I'm gonna do some foraging and see if I can find any wild berries and nuts.
I'll accompany Core. Make sure you stay safe.
I'll clean my gun and all for a bit.
I bet our new friends would
Okay,
like a
we're good
nice
to go.
breakfast.
My eyelashes quiver because I'm just pretending.
Okay. Well, pretending aside, Cor and Idril, go ahead and roll for me. This would be more or less a survival check, honestly.
Good. Fun.
Do we get advantage working together?
One would get advantage, the other would not.
I'll take that.
Yeah, you get that advantage. Not I.
That's stealth.
You rolled stealth.
Oh, it was just above survival. Fuck.
So, you go into the forest and Idril immediately loses you.
Oh no.
You come back with what appears to be a branch full of red berries.
I found some berries, Idril. I don't know what they are, though. There isn't much else.
Idril, with your survival of 11, you can tell that those, you don't want to eat them.
I'd put those down, my friend. Those aren't good for eating.
They won't kill you, but they'll almost, like a minute later, not immediately, would make you have to go to the bathroom for like the next 3 hours.
Or actually, we might want to keep a couple of those. It could be a nasty surprise for someone.
Ooh, you know what? Someone was sneaking up on me the other day.
Oh, I like how you're thinking. We can take a couple of the berries and hide them.
I'll put these away for now. Thank you for your help, Idril.
No problem.
So, survival aside, the other gang, after a good 10 hours, finally managed to wake up, which means the sun finally rises. I don't know what Colt and fake statue Orwell, because they woke up, are doing.
Woke up, cleaning my gun,
You're just clean.
polishing my sword.
Makes sense.
You know, taking care of my weapons the fighter way.
Fair.
Take care of your weapons.
But these 4 do manage to get up. They are not bringing down the tents, bringing anything down, but they are taking anything and everything that they can move with. Unfortunately, they've been gone for a while, even normally been gone for a while.
Mm-hmm.
So some of the stuff that they were carrying did get stolen.
Yeah, I imagine.
But ironically enough, some of their rations still remains. And that's kind of what they need.
Yep.
But
Alright.
you two coming back, Leno looks towards you and goes, thanks again. I don't know if the hand-holding thing would have worked, but maybe we can try that in case we get stuck through that passageway again. We're gonna definitely go around it, but if that doesn't work, then thankfully enough, we do have our rations again.
Well, yes. I feel like anybody that needs to go through the passageway can do so now as long as they have their own rations.
If I had to guess, you need to have something of this world
Yeah.
upon you, or ingested. I honestly don't know how Fey magic works.
Probably
did want to
ingested,
see.
because we all had something of this world on us. Clothing, weapons.
It would look like when one half of the party vanished and the other kept traveling. What it would, like, instantaneous, or with the whole time thing.
Let's
It's
not
very
find
intriguing.
out.
Yeah.
Rather avoid that situation.
Maybe we'll find out at the next bar.
No more bars.
No more bars.
magical bars.
I will go into the next bar alone
Well-
and sound it out.
Depends on your interception of magical bar.
Okay. No fuckery.
Scratch my back with protector,
No
of course.
magical fuckery.
In the meantime, in the background, you just hear Nara looking at the person that was attending to them. Oh, hey, I'm back. Did I miss anything? No, they got out. Other group on my side got out too. All right, thanks. I got it from here. I'm still watching them. Okay.
Well, shall we continue north?
I guess so. On the road again.
On the road again.
Oh, before we go, I have to say my prayers.
It's fine. Take your time.
Thanks, guys. I'm gonna need about 15 to 20 minutes.
I picture like every morning Core just wakes up and sings
Yeah.
psalms.
Joy to the world.
Oh.
While you're doing their prayers, the two watchers get closer. They don't do anything. Much like before, they're just eating and drinking. Separately.
Oh.
After your little prayers and worship, and your rituals are complete. Nara goes, "Oh, you done?"
Who, me?
Yeah.
Oh, just about. I'm, communing with my god.
All right, I'll wait.
I'm just looking at the spell list real quick. There was something I wanted, but I don't know what it was. But if they're anxious to talk to me after 20 minutes of doing my rituals, I would be happy to engage them in conversation and hope that maybe I could bring a little bit of joy into their apparently dismal life.
Wow.
Potentially. In the meantime, Reva, you never got their name, but I'm just gonna give you it now. Looks
I was
towards.
going to ask when it became relevant.
Yeah.
Or rather, when they were done staring at Core.
Looking towards Leno and goes, "Oh, by the way, congratulations, you got out. I hope my little hint helped you. It really didn't. Well, we can only give you so much detail. Oh, by the way, who are your friends? Oh, honestly, we didn't really get most of their names. Yeah, that would make sense.
Yeah, I'm Midril. Sorry about that.
Colt.
Or how do you do?
They refer
they-
to me as the Slayer of the Forest Protectors.
That's Orville. He's a little slow sometimes.
Slow but inquisitive.
Don't pay any mind to him.
I will pay mind to all.
Reva just goes, yeah, okay. Then his group gives you their names. Jan, Paula, Quinn, and Leno. Reva, though, then states, yeah, okay, alright. Where are you guys going?
We're on our way to Hellspring.
Oh, that place?
For a final
That's gonna be neat.
destination.
No wonder you guys got stuck in the crossroads.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wonder why.
Oh,
Well,
you're
because
going
we had
to...
to pass that way.
Yeah, we're going to Hellspring.
We're going to Hellspring.
Yeah,
Kinda
that-
in the name.
Oh, if you're just
Kinda
going to the
under-
town, you should be fine then. It shouldn't happen again.
I certainly hope not.
We'll probably have to pass back there on our way back home, won't we, though?
I mean, there's
Might
more
I
than one.
interest you, any of you, in some
Understandable.
exotic wood. This is very rare and hard to acquire. It has many usages, and I scratch my back with it.
Usages?
This as well.
I taught you better than this.
And I show them the pinky toothpick.
Paula
You won't
then...
find another like it.
Paula, unfortunately, then states, we kind of gotten robbed at this point. We do have our rations, but we're kind of inclined to keeping those.
That is unfortunate.
I mean, if you
Oh,
want,
you
you can
have
take
the
one of the
rations?
tents.
Here, Paula, I have a few of my rations.
Oh, no, it's fine. We have enough for about 15 days apiece.
Oh, wow.
They didn't steal anything of food or drink value, just all our stuff.
Who robbed you?
We don't know how long we've been in there.
Well, did you lose anything sentimental?
Leno nods. Quinn, Paula, and Jan also nod. Quinn then states, unfortunately we did. We're not exactly sure if we'll ever get it back, but at least we're alive. Leno then states, well, the person, well, not this one, looks towards Reba, did tell us that there was something in the cave system. So maybe we should have listened to them instead of going in and trying to check it out before we move the caravan through.
Hopefully we don't encounter those same bandits the way we're going, guys.
Hopefully not.
Bandits?
We were robbed by bandits, I presume.
Oh.
The caravan just left.
I suppose that's true.
It scours, it takes, it leaves food.
we've had more than just this one wagon. So I would assume the rest of the caravan left. More than likely, they actually took the advice of the people that told us, watch out for the danger ahead. They were adamant to have one of us scout ahead. But I didn't want to have my someone of my party to go in alone, so we had a 4-man group go in, and, well, just recently we came out.
Okay. Well. Ooh.
Idro or Core? Go ahead and roll history.
History? Okay.
Is this a if you're proficient kind of thing or no?
This is just how I'm currently viewing your characters.
Ooh,
Not so good right there.
that's a nice number, Josh.
I know. 9.
9.
Would you like me to try as well?
Yeah.
Oops.
The only one that could probably try as well would be Colt, but I am honestly at 50-50 right now. But I'll give it the benefit of the doubt. Colt, go ahead and roll history as well.
I'm stupid.
Proficient, but not by much.
Okay. Idril, from what you remember, a merchant got robbed not that long ago, but they were basically set up. This kind of seems or sounds like a setup too. Maybe. Like 50-50.
That's true. Damn it. Now I'm thinking.
Maybe. I honestly don't see Orwell caring that much, no offense.
No, I'm just the version of an idiot, a complete idiot that applied himself really fucking hard at school, and now he just looks at everything and observes and thinks, but doesn't think too hard.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, maybe this is something.
My mind is slow like a statue, but also very steady. And wisdom like a statue.
Fair. Oh, your little buffer token. Nara comes over and then states, so are you done? Looks at Core.
Yeah, I suppose so. What's on your mind?
Oh, I just came to see and discuss exactly where you were going. You said Hellspring. Is that your last location, or is there another place you're going?
That's the last location.
Yeah, that's where our quest will take us. I guess we have to go through Celeste and Highland and Revert first. I'm not sure if we're on the way.
You would have this information unless you're actually actively deceiving her. No, Hellspring is not your last and final destination.
Oh, I thought
The
it was.
artifact
there's
site.
ruins outside
Oh,
of it.
The
on
ruin
the
site
way to-
is adjacent to it. You just need to have go to Hellspring and get location information from there.
Oh, okay, but that's what I tell her.
Okay. I can see your character actively, like, not remembering, oh yeah, this is not really the place we're going, but this other place. But your character would see that as the final destination, so that makes sense. So I'm not going to have you roll deception, but she goes, alright then. As long as you're not going to a place that you don't belong, you should not face the crossroads again. Next time, though, it might not be as easy as this one.
So, a place we don't belong, do you mean... So, we were kind of trying to find a spot that we read about in a journal.
We were told about. You're talking about that man's journal.
Do I not belong here or something?
I mean, here you probably do. But if you go to a location or think about if you know you're going on a journey, and you know that that journey's general location, like the end point, the world itself might cause an imbalance to shift you, to try to get you from going there if it leads to danger. If it's that dangerous, you might face the crossroads again, and this time you won't probably go to a bar.
I wait to see it.
I mean, there are different crossroads wherever you go. This time was a bar, next time it could be something far more dangerous. Or swamp. Or a dangerous swamp.
What about a nice place? Are there any nice places the world might take us?
There's a few, but honestly, it's a gamble.
The bar was one of the better ones.
Yeah, one of the easier ones to get out of too, and it's not always the same answer. It's kind of what I wanted to talk with you guys about, so just be careful.
Well, will
Maybe-
we always get a hint?
Not always. Or at least they're not so in your face.
Or in your face.
Maybe.
Drink the drink, eat the food. It was that.
But sometimes if you
Just-
drink the drink or eat the food, it gets you trapped there immediately. I would be careful with that. You might want to bring in someone that travels often. Do you guys travel a lot?
I believe we're going to
Not-
be.
Not really,
I
but
will, and I will
Let's-
uncover.
Not so much anymore. I used to travel quite a bit for work.
I
Well,
used to feel tested by school, but now I see there are far greater intrigues.
if you need someone with a clever mind, you might want to go into the closest town and maybe hire someone or persuade someone to join you on your journey. That might at least help you out.
That's great advice, but I think we pretty much spent all of our money.
Like I said, you can persuade them.
Okay, well, very good advice.
It's just my thoughts, honestly. You can try it on your own, see what happens.
Alright.
It's just to help you out, honestly. Me and Reva here are just trying to help. Sometimes, though, the people that are assigned to each crossroads, well, sometimes they're not so nice.
sometimes they don't try to help.
Sometimes they're just not there.
Do Nera and Reva have horns?
They do. Reva is a goblin with horns, and Nera is a... It's hard to tell, but their features kind of resemble an Aasimar, but with horns.
Do all you gatekeepers have horns?
No. Reva then states, no. Sometimes they have angelic wings, other times they have demonic features. They're different, but each one has like some sort of spiritual balance to them. Sometimes they're ghosts.
Understandable.
I mean, me and Nara here, we come from the Nine Hells, so, horns.
The Nine Hells? Like, you come from the Nine Hells?
We used to belong there. Then we got contracted to do this. Yeah, that's true.
Wow.
I mean, it beats hell. Definitely beats hell.
Is it really true?
Is it as messed up and as fiery as place as I heard?
No. Sometimes there's cold places. Sometimes there's even worse places. It just depends on where you go.
But like, with hostile demons? No?
Most of the time you can live there, but if you really want to fight, I would be a place to go, I suppose. Or if you don't want to fight, either way you'll get tormented. Depends on who you're talking with, if I'm gonna be honest, but like 98% super hostile. The other 2% is usually us.
Understandable.
Nice.
Oh, I should warn you though, one of the more than one, but crossroads can also lead you to different locations. This time it was the Feywild. Next time it might be Hell. Or the Celestial Realm. It really depends on where you go. Or how
Why are they
dangerous the
crossroads?
journey is.
They're so messed up. Why don't people go around them?
Not everyone knows. And not everyone cares.
This is a very strange world order.
More or less. It's basically trying to help people from destroying themselves like they did beforehand.
Well, I don't understand.
Basically, it's to prevent people from uncovering something that they really should not. Like, take for example the war that happened a good long time ago. That happened because the gods met the primordials, and then they created war machines. Then the world shifted because of all the fighting. That was more or less how the crossroads happened.
Seems more applicable to more all-powerful beings, like invisible shackle upon the common peoples.
You would think,
What
but
purpose?
but unfortunately the war machines and the things that created are quite dangerous still today. I mean, the items, the magic, the beings they formed, they're around still. And if someone or something gets close, the crossroads happens. It won't always happen. It won't be like one day you're traveling and the next day you're at a crossroad. It'll happen, but it won't always happen.
Pardon me, but are you saying that there is something very interesting around here then, such as one of the war machines?
It's possible. It could be a spell. It could just be a ritual site to tap into, let's say, a nature god. Or it could be something that someone wants hidden very, very badly.
I wish to see.
I mean, do what you want.
Alas,
Maybe it's not best to tamper with things we shouldn't. If the world itself is telling you no, I feel like that's a pretty
Yeah.
good sign to not.
Anyway,
Reva
if
does.
you guys came from here, does that mean you'll be going back? And now that you know the proper way to travel through this crossroads, I expect that we do not have similar traveling direction.
Leno does state. We were heading south.
All right.
So I suppose this is goodbye for us.
Very
Reva
well.
does state. Us too. We're kind of tethered to this crossroads.
Ah,
I mean, yeah,
Well,
contracted,
if you ever
right?
get a day off, look us up. We like to have fun. And I give Nira a little wink.
She then states, "Oh, fun's enjoyable. Honestly, if you wanted to play a game, I could still do it, I suppose. I mean, if you want some entertainment, I'm around. I'm kind of tethered to your group whenever you come across crossroads now.
Do you play dice? I love to play dice.
Unfortunately, I am a terrible gambler. So yes, I do play dice. I also play cards.
Lovely.
But
Maybe I hope to run into another crossroads soon.
well, luckily
You
enough, you
should
got stuck
tether
with me.
going this
So
way.
you'll definitely see me again unless something else happens.
Well,
that's
I
good.
look
at
forward to
least.
seeing you again, but at the same time, not.
That's fair.
Did you tend all the entrances, this group as well?
Your group, yes, forever takes care of these guys if they ever come across one again.
All right, try.
Luckily enough, you rolled the dice and you wound up with me. So good for you, I suppose.
I would say so.
I mean, I'm
very
not
cute.
complaining.
She does laugh, like sweetly, but then states, "Oh, by the way, what me and Reva are stating is true. You are near dangerous things, but that doesn't mean you can't come across something that's useful or helpful. It just means that the world is trying to stop that, trying to keep people from advancing." Sometimes the things you come across are helpful, other times they're dangerous. But the world works in a askew way. Even if it's useful to you, helpful and beneficial, if it doesn't really belong to you, the crossroads happens regardless. So I would not steer away from the things you're looking for, but I would advise caution.
I understand, but I
So essentially, if we ever cross
want
it,
to
if we're in
see
a warning, to be careful.
Basically, that's what the crossroads are.
Alright.
Okay.
This has been an enlightening experience, if exhausting.
Thank you for all of your information and knowledge that you could offer.
I mean, I'm kind of tethered to you guys, so I'll be around. Reva then states, "All right then, my team's going back into the cave." Leno
Alright.
then, their team basically waves at you guys. Leno then goes to Reva. "So, does the food thing still work, or are we trying to answer another weird riddle?" "Oh, no, the food thing should still work fine." All right. And then they disappear. They leave basically their caravan behind, basically, because they don't have the manpower anymore. They don't have the strength to carry all this stuff. They just grabbed whatever they could, anything they would essentially need. If you want to
They
look
came
through
here
their
like-
campsite, more than welcome to.
Oh
But-
yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
they had beasts
Yeah.
of burden, but then the other people took them.
Either took them, or the people that may or may not have basically set them up took them. Someone definitely took them, though. Oh, natural 20. Investigating the site, Colt, you do find what appeared to be 8 shells. They seem to be from guns, or from a gun. They seem to be pre-fired, but you can reload them into your own system. From what I remember, pepper boxes use lead bullets.
Give me 1 second to look to see if it says.
Even if they don't, I'm gonna say you can.
Okay, I don't think it says specifically. It's just each one's. It's different, but it doesn't specifically say what it is.
Yeah, okay,
But
that's
I know
fair.
each firearms thing is different.
I'm just gonna say this ammo would work for your gun. So you have 8 additional bullets, but that also implies that someone with a gun was here and fired
Okay.
these rounds. You see no bodies though.
No bodies, no traces of blood.
You don't. Idril, on the other hand, finds what appears to be small traces of blood going to the waterway. Beyond that, however, you do look at the water system, and from what you can tell, based on how the water is moving, the droplets of blood or whatever that might have been dragged there is going southeast, following the river.
Okay.
You notice a boat and put 2 and 2 together. They likely put anything they might have shot onto a boat and let the current take it away.
Ah. Do I see any tracks or anything around the area?
That's basically what your natural 20 did.
Okay.
Which means these guys were very good, very stealthy. Other than that, you find 2 sets of bags, basically another adventurer's pack and a explorer's pack. Other than that, really nothing else useful. You find 2 ropes and 1 kitchen knife.
Alright. Does anybody want these packs of supplies?
I will take the kitchen knife.
What packs did you find exactly again?
An adventurer's pack and an explorer's pack.
I'm adding kitchen knife.
Okay.
Sure, I'll take the adventurer's pack.
Okay. Well,
Good find.
with new
Wait till
equipment,
I roleplay this fucking thing.
with new equipment in tow, and a knife, you head further to your destination. Where it'll go, one thing is certain. If it gets into a crossroads again, try to solve it. Or maybe hire someone or persuade someone to help you out. Either
That
way,
was so cool.
we'll find out what happens next time as we end the session for today.